Yeah, what was I saying? I lost myself right there. But yeah, I was saying, like we all got this like spiritual journey to go through, bro. My input on that is everybody only started hearing about spiritual journey on the internet. Now, like I've heard the first time I've ever heard spiritual journey was probably like in Assassin's Creed, and that was like in 2000. I was in high school, man. I was like in 2010. Or it was probably even earlier in high school, matter of fact. But it was, it was not, it was high school. It was like 2013, 2014, 2015, around that time. First time I heard of spirits, like, was like, even spirits, was from my mom, from my own mom, spirits. The side that we can't see, evil people, good people, people that have powers. And not the powers that you think, powers for. Power to control the things that you can't see with your naked eye. And it's been around for a long time. It's been around for like a pretty long time. Like to be a spirit. But sadly, we've all been so fleshified that we don't even know what spirit is. We don't even know what to listen to. So what's happening right now, right? The way it's being brought up, the internet is bringing it back up. Social media is bringing it back up. They're calling it spiritual journey. They're making everybody get crystals, tarot cards, making everybody read all these books. When it's very simple to understand, and it's not that complicated to understand at the same time. Like, they're telling you all these things. They just cause division. They cause confusion. They don't really make you accountable for you actually being you. Like, this whole spiritual journey is just telling you, basically, everything that you want to do, just do it, regardless of anybody's opinion. Regardless of how anybody feels, thinks, or wants to act. But in all reality, like, everything that we do affects the next person. Like, if I wanted to be loud, get drunk, crash out in my crib, make a whole bunch of noise, this, my neighbor's going to hear it. She's going to be very pissed off. She's probably going to feel the energy, and she's probably going to be pissed off herself. That's just me transferring negative energy, man. Like, if I'm angry, right, and I'm just angry, and I decide to go out, even though I'm angry, right, I'm angry inside. I know if somebody says something slick and it might trigger something, I might want to pop off on them or just get mad at them. You feel me? Like, in the spiritual journey, the whole topic, the whole, like, scenario is justifying people to go out and do that. To go out and put themselves in positions where they got to pop off on people and be just angry. You feel me? Last time I checked, spiritual people, like real people who are like in tune with the spirit, bro, they don't touch alcohol. They don't touch alcohol. They don't touch a lot of stuff, bro. They don't touch anything that can make them outright not control how they want to respond to somebody. Like, you feel me? Anything that doesn't have them thinking rationally. They don't participate in it. But no. It's a big wave now, I'm telling you. Like, if you really want to get to know self, you got to let go of, like, things that block you from finding out about self. Like, drinking alcohol, bro. Don't get me wrong. You can have fun doing it if you're in the right place. But if you're in the wrong place, with everybody on the wrong energy, no matter how happy you are as a person, you drinking alcohol in a negative area, you're taking yourself as low as the area is. Like, I've caught myself doing it out at parties. Like, I used to tell myself, yeah, I don't drink. I don't do none of this. Yeah, I'm going to just go out. You feel me? I'm going to go out. I'm going to not drink. And I go out and realize that, I'm around people that I have to drink around. Like, you ever been outside and you ever just been like, damn, bro, everybody's so teed. I'm not even having fun. I can't even get with it. I'm going to just go ahead and get a shot or go ahead and get a drink. that means that you can't hang out with the people that you're around sober. Like, you can't think around them. You can't, like, you're uncomfortable around them. You don't like the way they do things. You can't conversate with them. You can't bring things up with them. Like, that's all that means. It's a sign. Just like smoking. If somebody ever tells you, oh, let's spark, let's do this, let's smoke together, and you tell them, no, I'm not trying to smoke, let's do something chill, they're going to find a way to duck out of that. Anything that you try to do with them and they can't smoke with you, they can't smoke around you, they got to be completely high to be around you, that's a bad thing, bro. Like, that's something that really needs to be checked. Like, if I'm hanging out with somebody, I don't care if somebody wants to hang out with me. They can come slide on me. There'll be times where I don't got no gas. I'm a smoker. I don't want to say that too loud. I got neighbors. But I'm a smoker, bro. There was times where I would not want to hang out with people unless I was smoking. Or I wouldn't want to go to a party unless I was hitting a J. Now I realized that so many years past, I'd go places now. Like, I'd go to the gym now. I'd go places now. I'm like, oh, yeah. I can be comfortable around people because I'm now comfortable with myself. That's a part of the whole process, too. Yeah, like, you can take a break from something to get comfortable with yourself, to understand how it puts you in certain situations and how it had you in certain situations. But that's the most it can do. But the alcohol is a more dangerous thing. Weed is a dangerous thing, chemical-wise. If you don't have the strength to control the substance you're using, can you really use it? Like, you've ever heard of drunken style? Drunken style didn't come from alcohol. It came from the mind state. Like, you can be drunk in the mind. You don't got to drink alcohol to get drunk. Like, anybody can act like this, bro. Swear to God. Anybody can act drunk. I've done it. Been around a whole bunch of people just acting teed, knowing damn well I'm not teed. But as long as you act like it, they can't tell. Think drunk people can really tell if you're sober or not? Why you act drunk? No, because their senses are gone. Like, all senses are gone. Like, all rational thinking is gone. When most people get drunk, they think about violence. They think about sex. And when they think about sex, they think about everything else. Especially if they can't get the sex, they think about everything else. Everything else just triggers anger. And now they're in a position where they can't really make any rational decisions because they're thinking about so much in a low vibration state that they don't know how to resolve anything but to forcefully do what they want to do. You feel me? Alcohol destroys the mind. So if you're trying to find yourself, I don't know how you're drinking alcohol. If you're trying to do anything progressive in your life, I don't know how you're drinking alcohol. That's the first step. Like, we all still eat meat. I just finished eating chicken wings. I told myself I was going to stop eating chicken. I eat chicken probably once every 2 weeks, though. I ain't gonna cap. I don't really do heavy foods like that unless I really just feel like I just want to sleep. Because I have so much energy, sometimes I can't sleep unless I really do certain things. Like, that's my killer. The lack of sleep. My mind races so much. My mind got so much energy. My body got so much energy. My soul just got so much fire in it that it's hard to put it down. You feel me? There's so much negative energy with this whole spiritual community. You feel me? Nobody really knows what they're really talking about. They just like to talk. Like, they just like to talk and think they're helping other people out. But if we're not really helping each other out. We're just telling people that they should do this and they should do this and they should do this. To my whole point, if you're trying to find yourself, you're trying to steer away from people telling you what to do. You're trying to listen to yourself. So how can you be spiritual? A spiritual being, a nine-ether being. How can you be this and this and this? But you're out here telling people this and this and this. You're shaming people. You're making people feel guilty. You're making people feel this. Now, other people, people may have mechanics and they may use guilt to drive somebody to change. I don't like using guilt to drive somebody to change, because guilt is a really dangerous feeling. To feel guilty, nobody should feel guilty because everybody's in control of their own actions. Of course, but guilt in a negative light is a real thing. Like if you kill somebody and you're guilty, you're gonna feel the guilt for doing that. That's something that's gonna follow you for the rest of your life. You feel me? But to shame people for doing things they don't have the knowledge of, you feel me? And they've been learning a certain way their whole life, but to get online and just call those people slow, stupid, this and this. And I'm learning from it. I'm only saying it and talking about it because I've experienced it and I've done it. Like, I used to be that guy to call people out and be like, oh yeah, man, you think stupid, man. How can you think like this? This. I always thought I was right. Everything I was doing was the only way. That's dark ego. That's my negative ego. Like, we all have an ego. Like, we can have an ego towards helping each other. We can be stubborn towards helping each other. But to feel the guilt, nah, man. I don't like pressuring people no more. It's all negative. Like, I might as well just lead by example. If I'm doing something good, or if I'm doing something I feel is good, why talk about it? Like, you feel me? If somebody sees it, somebody else is going to probably reciprocate it one day. Just like boasting about my accomplishments. I don't even like doing that. Well, I've done so much for this. I've done so much for the community. I've done so much for my family. I've done so much for people. This. That's all negative ego. Like, in all reality, if you do these things for people, if you do good things for people, the only person that needs to worry about you doing good things for people is you. Only person that needs to find out if you're good, if you're doing good things out here for yourself is you. Like, nobody really cares. As I'm talking to you now, I'm talking to you with full transparency. Like, I'm not the saint. I'm not the one to tell you, go do this and go do that and go do this. Man, my life isn't all the way together. My mental may not be all the way together, but as I'm speaking, I'm coming to realizations and I'm correcting myself at times. I'm just calling things out to light that I feel are negative to turn them into positive outcomes. Like, we should all always get to know ourselves. We should worry about ourselves so we can worry about other people. Like, everybody in this whole trend thing tells you to be about yourself, worry about yourself, mind your own business. How do you mind your own business when we're all telepathic, when we all have empathy for one another? We can sense how the next person feels if you're really in tune with people's emotions. But we should all mind our own business, right? Mind the business that minds ours. None of it makes sense to me, but it does. You see, you can mind your own business, right? But as in minding your own business, you can worry about how you impact other people. And how other people impact other people may not concern you. But if the way you impact somebody can overcome the way somebody may negatively impact other people, then you're minding your business, and your business is what's really driving the positivity out of the outcome about what the next person is doing. Because that next person may see you pulling the other people they may be putting in a negative outcome into a positive light, positive outcome, and then they might change how they want to direct their way of doing things. If that makes any sense to you guys. Like, oh man. Even me talking here smoking, right? It's not the best thing for me to do. I'm allowing myself to open up and express. That's the only reason why I'm doing this. I've been doing this for a while, man. There's no reason to really explain myself to y'all. There's no really real reason to explain that to y'all. But don't go pick up a substance if you don't know. I'm not doing this to promote smoking. Don't go pick up gas if you can't control it. Like, I've had conversations with people. Another situation why everybody can't do the same thing too. Everybody can't do the same thing. People would get knocked out off gas. People would fall asleep instantly. People would stop doing work. Certain people's mentals aren't strong enough to withhold everything they're trying to do at the same time, control the substance at the same time. Because if you don't understand what the substance can really do for you, you'll never know what it can really do for you, and you won't really experience the whole substance. You'll just get that side that everybody else experiences. They just want to try it, or do it to escape something. I've heard people say out their mouth, "Oh man, dog, I just need to smoke, bro. I'm in a bad mood. I need smoke. I'm in a bad mood." I've gotten out of that phase. I feel like everybody is gonna slowly start getting out of that phase soon. I'm not gonna tell everybody that they should do something, and this is what you should be doing, because we all moving on our own paces collectively. Like, if I'm doing something to move at a certain pace and somebody else sees that certain pace and they like that pace, they can follow suit. It may drive them on their own different pace, but they're going to pick up the pace, though. They're going to still be on their path on a different pace. The way we all share energy is very strange, but it's very beautiful at the same time, but it's very confusing. And you really got to get your mental in check for you to really realize everything you need to realize. Not all the answers that you may get comes from books. Like, it's not something like figuring out like your life path and stuff like that, and how you're important to the world. It may not come from a book. It may not come from a crystal, a tarot card, or what somebody may tell you. Now, don't get me wrong, though. In this whole like community thing and the spiritual journeys and all that, like, I have my own opinion about tarot cards, and I have my own opinion about crystals and the sages and all that stuff. None of that stuff is fake. None of that stuff is just here to be here. But as you see something marketed on a bigger brand than that, as you see Amazon selling bundles of sages, as you see beauty supply stores carrying certain incense now, crystal stores opening up, it's becoming a market. Anything that becomes a market is just something newly planned to have you trapped into spending your money in a certain way, because you just throwing your money somewhere. You going out, you buying crystals, you buying tarot cards, you buying the cards of tarot cards. As a people, I'm always talking to my people. Everything I'm saying is related to people of my color. Like, there's so many distractions out here. It's all just a big marketing. That's my whole point to the spiritual community thing. It's all just a big market. And then now, for me to learn information that I read it online, or I clicked the link and I read something that somebody may have not heard or people may not be talking about right now, for me to want to share that information that I found for free somewhere else that I probably can't hide, I'm going to go on social media now and I'm going to charge people. I'm going to charge people for teaching them information that's going to better their lives. Now, if I'm a barber and I want to teach people how to cut hair and willingly teach people how to cut hair, you feel me? I'm going to go willingly teach somebody how to cut hair. And I'm going to feel like I'm going to not need to charge them. But if I'm the type of guy, which I am, I don't feel like teaching somebody how to cut hair, because I learned how to cut hair for free. You feel me? I learned how to cut hair for free. I took that time, something that not everybody does is a big trend. It's not trending to cut hair, to be a barber. It's an actual occupation that has to deal with something physical. Now look, if I don't want to teach somebody because I know the way I learned was for free, if somebody wants to come to me and tell me to give them step-by-step instructions and instruct them on doing this, I'm going to charge that person for that timing. Now, if I want to take myself and say, oh, pick out people that I see need help, go look for people that I see need help, talk to them about something, and then charge them for more information. When I went out the way to do that, when I went out the way to go look for the knowledge, for them, not for me in this case, I went out the way to go look for the knowledge for them, to charge them on the knowledge I went to go try to help them find out. If you can't understand that, That's kind of wicked to me. Like, I see people selling tarot card readings. How do you sell tarot card readings? We have horoscopes on the internet. We have daily horoscopes on the internet. Most of the people that you see selling tarot card readings are reading most of the horoscopes that you're reading. They're reading the definitions that you're reading, that you're trying to understand about yourself, all these things. You can do everything you need to do by yourself for free, but they turned it into a market. Now, to know the name of a race of people that aren't in textbooks, you got to pay them. And these people, they aren't even in the best situations in life, like the rest of us. Don't fall into stuff like that, man. A lot of stuff is twisted. A lot of information on the web is just to keep your mind roaming somewhere that your mind isn't supposed to be roaming. Like, if you see it on the gram, it's there to distract you. That's all it is. Like, what you want to do is what you want to do. There's no real, method to do it. It's just how you go about your life. It's how you're going to experience and reap the seeds that you're sowing. That's all it is, man. That's really all it is. Like, I can't sit here and tell you that, oh, you're not worthy, or you're not spiritual enough, or you're not doing the groundwork. I'm not going to go on live and tell, oh, yeah, you guys aren't doing the groundwork. That's why you guys aren't seeing this. No, you're living life. You're doing your groundwork. You still have a soul. You still have a spirit. Regardless if somebody tells you you're not spiritual or not. Everybody's spiritual. Everybody has a soul. Everybody has a spirit. Everybody does. Everybody has a pineal gland. Everybody has a brain. Everybody has these things. Everybody operates on their own timing. Cause yeah, man, y'all mind your business, man. People just try to preach to y'all to get a monetary gain out of y'all. Like, literally. Like, they telling you this. They doing your readings because they're benefiting from you. If you didn't pay most of these people, they wouldn't be telling you this stuff for free. They wouldn't be even wasting their time if they ain't get this. Like, people go live to tell people shit that they have no business even talking about. Like, a whole bunch of people in this spiritual community, right, say a whole lot. At the same time, they say a whole lot of nothing. They don't give you no information. They don't do this, they don't do that. They just give you a whole bunch of hoopla, tell you to run with it, tell you go do this shit yourself. That's the most somebody can tell you. Oh, just go do the research. Me, myself, if I tell you something, it's off pure thought, bro. I'm not telling you go do the research because I just told you. I don't read books. I don't do research myself. So if I find out something, it's clicking off of what I'm experiencing or something I've dealt with. So you better believe it. You can believe it or not. You can take my perspective or not. I ain't read all these books, all these spiritual people be telling you, go read the Divine Nine. Go read all this. If you're important, you're important. Well, the only thing that people should be worrying about is eating right, is what they consume. Because we consume negative energy. And everything you consume is what you see, what you hear. What you see, what you hear. Like, you're consuming when you're looking at something and you're absorbing the content and you're creating an image in your brain, memorizing what you just looked at. You're consuming something. When you're eating something, when you're breathing, you go breathe certain air. If air is dirty, you're consuming that dirty air. You drink water, you're consuming water. You eat food, you're consuming food. Just more positive consumptions, and then you just start to see a certain change in the way you think. More positive consumption, and you start to see a change in the way you think. Just because you go alkaline or vegan don't mean you'll start seeing clearly. but it'll help. Like, those are positive ways to change your diet, because most of the foods we eat now are processed or just not well kept up with. They're not natural things that we should be eating. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, force you to change your whole diet. But if you choose to, you'll see a different way of seeing things. If you do so choose to. Can't be stuck up. You can't be stuck up. We all go through shit, man. We all go through shit. Dog. Mostly people get mad at people because they're not even like, it's not so much that they're not listening, it's just that they're not supporting. Like, oh my gosh. Like, some people, like, you got a lot of rappers out here posting stuff about spiritual community. Why do you think rappers are targeting spiritual community people? Because it's on the rise, on the upcoming. People are getting more in tune with spirit. So anything they find close to finding themselves, or anybody that gives them any sort of relative information on being one with yourself or meditating, anything related to yoga, they're going to run to it. They're going to attract to it. They're going to fully indulge. But you as an individual, you have to know if somebody's telling you a lie or not. The whole country is eating sea moss. Now, I'm going to tell you personally, I've had sea moss, right? But I haven't had sea moss. When did everybody start finding out about sea moss? 2020. If anybody tells you, oh, bro, we've been eating sea moss in 2016, we've been eating sea moss, they probably not cap. But they probably not going to talk about it. Anybody who's really been on their serious, like, eating lifestyle, they're eating right and this, they don't really be talking about it. They don't force anybody to do it either. They just do what they got to do. And if somebody comes around that they can change or they can convert, they'll happily accept the challenge. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. Like, but all this stuff is just coming out now. Feel me? People feel like talking now. Just like how I feel like talking now. People feel like talking now. It's just something in the air. It's the energy in the air. But just because somebody feels like talking, don't mean they're all the way right. Just like with religions. People going on Christianity. People go on Muslims. People go on all the religions in the book. I have my own opinion about religions, which hence why I don't really put myself down towards one religion. I don't have a religion. Me, myself, believing in a higher power, I don't like to call my higher power God, because we all have the God gene in us. You feel me? Like, there's just so much stuff out here in the world that we have yet to even scratch the surface on, but everybody just has so many conclusions already off of these books and off of something somebody just said. You feel me? Like, I can't sit here and tell you that each lifestyle is the perfect one for you, or you should hop on this one bandwagon, you should hop on this one bandwagon. That's for you to tell yourself, like, for you to see for yourself. Me, I've dipped and dived in literally all those topics. When I was a kid, my mom tried to take me to the church to be religious, to be a Christian. When I was in the church, I never felt comfortable. I was moving around. Things wasn't sitting right with me. I used to watch my mom catch the Holy Ghost in church. I don't know how much she got paid, but we was in positions where if my mom needed to catch the Holy Ghost to get paid, she needed to catch the Holy Ghost to get paid, and I wouldn't have blamed her for it. We needed to eat.